Alright, here we go. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Azurik, Rise of Perathia. We're going to load this far. I guess I've started my intro a little bit too early because we're not actually at the cutscene, because last episode, I'll do a quick recap. Last episode we found out as we returned to the Earth Realm in search of our next power that, because basically the Oracle was telling us to go there, that Balthazar seems to be a little bit nervous about what we're doing, and we had a cutscene. And he summoned 3 catalysts to fight us, which I'm now going to go back to. So I'll see you guys in a second. So here we go. We're going to head through this flame wall back to the Earth Realm and continue. Now, I have been reading a lot more of the manual. There's a surprising amount of lore about this game. I, throughout this LP, haven't really talked that much about what I think about the story of this. I think what the game itself gives you is kind of rubbish, and there's not too much, and it's kind of cheesy. But I also think there is some cool stuff. There is some cool history about this world, which I do want to share with you guys. Not this episode, because we're starting with this cutscene. There's a lot to do, but we will do it soon. Anyway, so if I step forward, we're going to start the encounter. To do this properly, though, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start off by putting up my smash shield. We already know how strong this is. And I'm going to prepare my lightning attacks, because that's what catalysts are weak to. Then we're going to go forward, trigger the cutscene, and be ready for the fight. And I'm actually going to skip it since we've already seen it. So what we're going to do as well is step back instantly, because a bunch of harvesters are going to attack you too. And really you don't want to have taken aggro on all of these things all at once. And if you go like this, at least they're going to block their way off. Now the smash shield isn't going to fully reduce the amount of damage you take. And honestly, I'm not sure whether going like with a generic shield would reduce the damage even greater. But basically just focus on one enemy and don't relent. As soon as you've managed to kill 1 or 2 of the catalysts, you'll find it much easier to deal with this entire encounter. Honestly, this is actually kind of difficult. I died on my test run trying this the first time I came here. I really did. We got some harvesters here. Have I demonstrated to you guys that now we have their weakness, which is acid? So one single combo and we can now actually kill harvesters, which is fantastic. And here, we've returned to the Earth Realm. Last time we were here, it was only for a little while. And now, we can do an awful lot of stuff. Not quite enough to warrant going down this way, so we are going to take the teleporter and skip, as I mentioned we would be doing many times. But we can deal with a lot of stuff in this realm now. As I said, Earth Realm's kind of my favourite realm because... And I sort of want to give you guys a bit... Like, for my test file here, usually I've been following a guide on my test file so that I know exactly what's going on, and then, you know, I can play efficiently. But sort of to honour how I used to play the game, so here's one of the little catalysts that I mentioned before. Now that we've got lightning, we can kill him in one combo. But to sort of honour the way that I used to play this game, which was, you know, very long, very slow, just exploring many different areas, I just did this whole section off my own accord. And it was an awful lot of fun. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to LP it in that same general way for you guys, but I do want to... It does mean I can make note of a lot of other cool stuff. Anyway, this is definitely one of my favourite, most memorable areas at the very least. My favourite area is probably the area, but this is so memorable to me. There's so much stuff to do. As I've mentioned before, as the Oracle's mentioned, we need to restore the tower in the Earth Realm to repair all of these cogs and stuff built into these walls. Look at this building. There's some cogs in there that aren't moving. There's some cogs in this wall, and we've got this huge tower here that's sunk into the ground with 3 keys. Basically, once we get the tower raised up and land all 3 of these keys, we're going to fix a lot of the Earth Realm. But it's a reasonably long process that we're going to do a large chunk of in this video. There's also several other realms like the desert area coming off of it that we'll look at too. But first of all, what we're going to do, owing to what we've done before, we now have, if you remember the 2 keys we got when we got our very first firepower, these pulleys, which originally we couldn't go down, these are now all open up. Like the cutscene only shows that 1 pulley opened up, but they're all open. There are 2 that you could go down, 3 that you could go down? No, I'm pretty sure it's just 2 that you can go down. And the one highest up will take you to the desert realm, or the desert area of the Earth Realm. This one will take us to what I call the drill area. And basically, it's just like a giant arena type situation we've got dealing with here. Which is kind of fun, but also I might be super speeding this. I might be cutting a lot of it out. I don't know. It's nice because now that we've got all of our powers, and there's a reasonable variety of enemies down here, there is a lot of element swapping. One sort of thing that I haven't talked about with the combat system that is quite cool is, for example... Let's say we don't have a shield. Well, we can't disenchant our shield. But let's say we're fighting this guy. We do 1 combo to stun him. And in that second where he's down, really that's your opportunity. If it's like a 1v1, that's your opportunity to get the element that you're looking for. So with these guys, we want our smash power. So we're going to... sorry, smash power, not electric. So we're going to pull out our smash power here. And then next time we stun them, maybe we use that opportunity to put our shield back up as well. If you're just very meticulous about this region, you can kill all of the enemies nice and easily. And really, you will want to, because the area is absolutely chock-a-block full. And there's loads of red overlords too. Red overlords being the enemies we have to kill to open up keys. If you remember back on the dock in the water realm, it's the exact same principle here. So we'll kill this golem here as well. And of course, I swapped from Steam element as well with that previous overlord. We'll kill these guys. And let's listen to the oracle.
Enable the drills in order to allow the Earth realm to function properly and maintain the soil surrounding Perathia.
The oracle's name, by the way, is Eldwin. Eldwin. And next time we go to town, I will finish editing in all of like the opening cutscene stuff for this game, so you guys will be fully up to date what happens to Eldwin. His name's Eldwin though, and I remember that now because, as I said, I've been reading the book, well, the manual with a lot of the lore and stuff that's going on. There's also some other cool stuff you can do with the combat as well, which I'll show you here. So anyway, we'll kill that guy. What we can do, if we go to one of the rock shard monsters, say this guy, you notice we're running kind of low on air, and this is a power that takes air, so we can actually do our first combo, then disenchant the axiom, and just flick him once with a disenchanted axiom at the end, and it will still kill him, because we've already done the majority of the damage we need. So by doing that, you can be more efficient and save more of your element, which is also a really curious idea to me. I quite like. You know, so there are small, efficient plays you can make in this game. They just sort of don't put much emphasis on having to make those plays, in my opinion. Like, rarely do you absolutely need to do this stuff. I'm also, again, why do I find myself while I'm actually playing for you guys constantly low on air element? Jeez. I guess it's because that's the only fuel cell we haven't extended so far, and we're not really that close to either. 75? I'm not sure why. I mean, it would sort of make sense in real life that diamonds are harder to find than the other gemstones. Actually, does that make sense? I have no idea how rare rubies really are. But, you know, there is certainly a big difference in Azurik. Either that or I've just been kind of unlucky. I know that the air fuel cell is nearly always the last one you fully upgrade. But still, anyway, this guy's running away. Usually if an enemy's running away, again, it's one of those situations where you can tap them. So I'm out of a water element here, so that's a shame. We're actually going to get our next power really quickly in this area. There's a disc fragment in this area and a power that are just incredibly easy to get. Really, really, really easy to get. Which is quite funny. He's actually going to be on the save point. I don't really want to fight over there, so we'll just bring him back over. And as you can see, they take way longer to kill if you're not using the element that they actually need. So what I think I might do is once I've killed him, which is taking bloody ages, so important that you use the right element. There we go. We're going to save, and I'm actually going to do something that this game encourages you to do, and... Oh, no, I'm not, because there's some yellow scrit there. So we'll kill those yellow scrit and get our air element back. And really, we want some blue scrit as well, if there's any. Because with the blue scrits... Yeah, because if I kill myself, all of the enemies are going to respawn, which isn't good. Well, those are red scrit. We don't care about those. Where are the yellow scrit? As you can see, there's a lot to interact with, but really this is just a cave. The kind of cavey area of the Earth realm, I mean, there's a few vague ones. This is the most cavey area that you're going to come across. You can see there's 3 large drills in this room, and they're actually... There's more keys than those 3 drills need. Here we go. Which is cool, and I'll explain why. It's because so far in this game, if we picked up a key or something, it's been used in like that immediate area, so that we can get our smash power back now. It's been, and then we can disenchant and then hit him. It's been used in that immediate area, right? Well, actually, that's not the case for the Earth realm. It's not the case throughout a fair chunk of the game, actually. And this is our first experience of that. We're going to get keys here that are used in completely different regions of the Earth realm. It's really cool. So we'll kill this rock shard monster as well. I'm actually going to cut it, guys. I don't have too much left to say, and I don't want this video to drag on and on and on and on. So I will see you once the area is cleaned out. Don't worry, I'm not going to pick up any keys. I'm not going to do anything for pickups. I'm just going to clear the area out. And possibly pop some of these gemstone rocks too, if you don't mind. I should probably mention this, I guess. So, there are these big enemies. These are known as golems. They are a pain to kill. They do an awful lot of damage, especially with my low elements right now. It's going to be very difficult. They're actually weak to lightning. There's 2 variants of them. Most are weak to lightning. However, there's another version that I'll explain when we see one that's weak to something else. I can't actually cast lightning right now because I have no water element. So, yeah, that sucks, but they are weak to that. And hopefully he'll drop some. The thing with golems is that... I'm going to put on my generic shield, actually. That would be helpful. The thing with golems is when after they've been stunned, they are very good at hitting you. You see how when they're stunned, the way that I play this game is I keep just, like, hammering the A key. I'm actually probably supposed to wait, and you're supposed to time it just so that just as the invulnerability frame ticks off, that's the moment right then that you decide that you're going to attack. And by doing that, you should be able to break through their defenses. Anyway, this is most... Actually, no, there's still quite a few to kill. So, again, I'll see you guys in a sec. I don't want to wait for this fight to be over. So I hope everyone's doing well today as well. I think that's the last guy. Hope you're all doing well. For me, it's like the first very wintry... So here's the thing, right? I'm still filming this series without having uploaded a single video. Like, I'm still going. This is episode 9, and I've not put any up on the channel just yet. It's one of those ideas I've always been curious about, just filming, like, whole series and then put it up afterwards. You know, so it's, like, just this rock-solid thing that you know you've got if, like, you've got a day where you're lacking on something else to put out. It's a cool idea. But yeah, today is November 3rd for reference. It's November 3rd, and it's the first really cold day that we've had. Like, all my windows are shut, all my curtains are closed. I'm trying to wrap up nice and warm, but I'm still kind of cold anyway. Here, so we got an acid block level 2, which of course we're actually closer than you'd think to getting through acid level 2, because we've already got water level 2. Earth level 2, we're going to be seeing, not this video, but next. We won't get it next video, but we'll at least see it next video. Anyway, the script just keep respawning, I guess. So it would be really nice to find the red script. Anyway, I think that's pretty much everybody dealt with, so... This is the chasm. This drill area, the whole idea is there's like 5 red overlords. 1, 2, 3. Okay, no, there's 6 red overlords to kill down here, and therefore 6 keys to collect in the area. So I'm going to actually collect them all first. And you'll notice that there's 2 different varieties. No, I think all the keys are sort of the same variety too. And every single one of these keys goes to a drill. There are 3 drills in this region, but there are actually drills elsewhere in the Earth realm. So this is a really good place to come to first, because you can do most of it, especially if you've been to the glacial zone already, because there's a firewall level 2 here. So if you go to the glacial zone like we did, and then come to this drill area, you can like basically get 100% on this whole zone very quickly, which is always handy. There's actually, oh no, that's a level 2 ice block, which we'll be getting very soon. Don't you worry about that. How many keys have we got? We've got 5 keys plus an extra miscellaneous one. Where do we get that extra miscellaneous one from? I'm not sure I like that, because I thought I knew... There we go. Where's that key? Where's that last key? When did we get that? What is that for? I haven't accidentally done something on this save file that I wasn't supposed to, have I? I'm sure it will come to me. Anyway, so there you go. There's our 6 keys. 6 drill keys. And with these in hand, we can access a lot more of the Earth realm than you'd expect. So here's drill number 1. I'm just doing these in any old order. We'll see what we find. They basically lead to 3 This is a small region, by the way, so don't feel like, oh, we're just stuck in a cave for ages. That's only going to be a small bit of this video. We're going to leave here pretty soon. So anyway, this is area number 1. Yeah, let's do this first. Okay, so, and it opens up a way to a temple. Look at this place. Very cool. Got a bunch more golems, which unfortunately I'm out of sodding fire element again. I'm actually going to go kill some scrit. No, because he didn't drop any fire element either. I'm going to go kill some red scrit. Where are you? Red scrit. Here, scritty. I guess they're over there. All right. Just so that I can use my smash and get through these golems a little bit quicker. Man, I do wish I was, I don't know, showing off a bit more of the combat for you guys. There is another combo that you can do where you like, you go jab, jab, jab. And then instead of doing the big slam stun, you can like jump stun instead. And that's got like some benefit of some note that I'm not actually sure what it is. That's not the drill we want to go in. This is not the drill you're looking for. I believe it's over there. Is it over there, or was that the drill we wanted? No, that's definitely not, because we haven't put the key in there. We haven't put the key in this one either, so it was this one over here. What the hell? How did we just do this big circle? Why am I still filming? I'm probably going to cut all this out. Anyway, right, we're over here. Hello, everyone. If I don't cut that, that's just going to look ridiculous. Right, we're back. Okay, we now have our smash power. So, let's actually kill these suckers. Let's ice them. I bet I'm going to run out of earth now before we get too close. I'm going to disenchant the axiom, actually. I need to start remembering to do that. There we go. At least these guys drop fire. We use acid to kill this harvester. I actually find harvesters really fun to kill once you've got their weakness. You know, one combo is just the right sweet spot. It really is. Because it lets you ball enemies up in a nice way. We'll disenchant. Kill him. And can you see how my health is always nice and high? And you'll also notice, of course, that That didn't work at all. You also notice that I've had this generic shield on for ages and it's almost deteriorated fully. Basically, the way that the generic shield works is no matter what damage you take, it sort of splits it 50-50. Half with the shield, half with your health. Something like that. The smash shield will take all damage from certain types of attacks, like acid attacks, which are what the catalysts use on you, will just sort of penetrate it fully, and it's almost, and I believe the harvesters as well, will just penetrate it fully. The ice one is pretty useful. I guess it's sort of like the generic shield again, but really good against fire attacks. So if we put on an ice shield and run into this firewall, what do you guys think happens? Yeah, so it's split 50-50 there, as you can see. And this is level 2 wall, so that does more damage. Anyway, this temple I think looks awesome. Really cool. This is one of those areas that like actually makes me excited about this universe, or just to learn more about the lore, which is sadly lacking in-game. It's like, wow, who built this temple? This temple's actually really cool. A lot of it just seems like a weird mishmash of machinery and stuff together. But this genuinely, I just love the aesthetics here. Anyway, if you look all the way up at that balcony, there's actually an obsidian up there. It's one of the cooler obsidians, in my opinion, because you've got the firewall. But actually over here on the right, quite nicely blended into the environment, actually, I would say, are some vines, which you can climb up to get onto this ridge here. And slowly worm your way up to the obsidian. You've got to sort of edge your way along here, and there's some more vines that you can climb up this way. I don't know, I like obsidians like this. It's just, you know, a way to explore this very cool looking temple. And look at these pillars made out of stone. It's just cool. I just really like it. And there we go, that's our 32nd obsidian, guys. Very nice. There are 4 obsidians we can collect in this region, believe it or not. Just this small area, the drill zone. Anyway, because we've done the glacier thing, this is available to us. We can pop our water on the axiom, melt the fire, and step on inside into the room that is full of enemies. Lovely. It's actually not that full. We've got a couple of bots. Also, I think I didn't lie, but I think I was wrong about how we now do more damage now that we've got level 2 element. I'm not sure if that's actually a function of the game, honestly, because it feels like I'm taking just as long to kill the bots as I ever was. I don't know, or just like now that I went, well, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, look, here's another version of the Golem, okay? Because there's loads of overlords here. Do you remember how those elementals would combine together to make air elementals? I'm actually taking way too much damage by standing around here. The same thing happens with the golems. If they combine with an overlord, you can see the overlord in there. Look at that. In the middle. Very cool. And this actually changes their weakness as well as making them stronger. This makes them weak. Instead of to lightning, it makes them weak to whirlwind. So that's your air and earth power up. That makes your control of Rumble in a really cool way. So yeah, different variety of golem. Pretty cool. Anyway, inside this temple, once you've killed everyone, is the firepower. And you know, it's a very simple little area. This sort of feels like one of those places that could have been another big dungeon crawl. But we have just done the fire realm, honestly. I mean, we didn't have to do the glacial thing, so we sort of have just come off the heels of that. So I don't mind. Well, no, we did have to do the glacial one here because of course, this firewall, it would have been impeding our progress anyway. So we've actually now got level 2 water and level 2 fire. And what does that mean?